Hello everyone, this is Steve. Today I'm going to show you how you can load a batch of records into Salesforce with ForceClaw just by dropping a CSV into the chat. No data loader, no data import wizard, no field mapping screens, nothing like that, and we'll do it live from Microsoft Teams. First, let me show you where we're starting. You can see this is the test object in Salesforce. Pulling up this list view, you can see there's only one record in here, and that's what we're about to change. I have 100 in a CSV that I want to load in. Before I do, I'll show you the object itself so you know what we're loading into. Here's a sample test object record. It's got a couple of lookups to account and contact. It has a status pick list. It has a CRM pick list, an SCP chat multi-select. It has an acquisition date, a description. So we got a good mix of some different fields. And one thing I just want to note before we do this is that this object does have a validation rule. As you can see, we're not able to change the status to acquired if the acquisition date is blank. So just keep that in mind because that's going to matter in a second when we do our data load. Now on to the data. So I just have a CSV open. As you can see, it's a good mix of fields. We have some records with some accounts and contacts populated, some with, we have different status values, different CRM values. The SCP chat, I mentioned that is a multi-select, so we see the standard multi-select format where we have the different values separated by a semicolon. So we have a lot of combinations of some different records here, and again, we have some that are scheduled to fail because they're acquired with no acquisition date. I'm not sure. Let's see where that record is, right here. So we would expect this to fail because, again, it's acquired and there's no acquisition date. And I just included that so we can show what that looks like in ForceClaw. So let's go over and give it a shot. So I have my Microsoft Teams open. I'm going to say, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my file. So I have that open here. I'm going to load that into the chat. And then I'm going to prefix this with a new job since Teams is a long thread. I'm going to say in the dev org, load these records into the test object. And I'm going to press enter. Now notice I didn't do any field mappings. I didn't tell it what columns go where. I'm going to allow ForceClaw to do that for me. As always, ForceClaw goes into planning mode. It's going to read the file. It'll tell me what it sees in there. It'll attempt to do its mapping on its own for the different columns on the test object. So let's give that a minute and see what it comes back with. Okay, so you see it says we can see the test object structure, and here's the plan. It mapped the CSV columns to the Salesforce fields. That's good. It says, it just gives a little notes that the columns match perfectly, and the CSV contains some lookups, which is good. Obviously, we have the IDs in those lookup fields, and all the pick list values in the CSV match with some of the objects. That's good. So basically it did everything we want in the plan. So I'm going to say, yes, go ahead and do this. And let's give this a moment while it loads. Okay, so it says it's going to need permission to load these files. So we have the success file and the error file. I'm going to allow that. And I'm going to allow this one as well. Yep. And you see it says load complete, 99 records successfully created, 1 failed. It tells you which record failed. It failed because of the validation, so that's good. That's exactly what we wanted to see. It says status acquired, but a blank acquisition date, so it tells me about the validation rule. That's good. It'll tell me how to adjust that, and as you can see, okay, so you can see it gave me the standard error file format where it added this error column, so it has the other columns that were in the sheet. If I expand these a little bit, we can see it a little better. So you see it had the status acquired, but no acquisition date, no description, and it gives us the error acquisition date must be populated, which is exactly what we want to see. And going over to the object, if I go back to my list, we see 50 plus items loaded because, again, I loaded in 99 new ones and 1 got rejected. So that's the whole thing. So I dropped a CSV into the chat. It gave me a plan back. I approved the plan, and then ForceClaw loaded in 100 records. Well, 99 records, but one of them failed. Gave me back, some details about the failure and how I could correct the issue. Again, no data loader, no mapping screens, no touching Salesforce myself. So hopefully this can help you and your team move data a little faster. Thank you for watching.